that is 7% you are still profiting from. Everything about money and finance is personal. Your debt repayment strategy needs to be something that's sustainable for you. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 2 best methods to pay off your debt and giving you questions to ask yourself to figure out which method is best for you to pay off your debt. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adrienne. If you are new here, I am currently studying to get certified as a financial planner, and I post videos every Monday on all things investing and personal finance so that you can learn to steward your money well. If that's something you're interested in, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. I want to preface this video by saying I think the word debt definitely has a negative connotation to it, and it really doesn't have to. 2 questions I want you to ask yourself when you are figuring out the best way to tackle your debt is, 1, are you the kind of person that really just does not like having debt, doesn't like having debt payments to make? You just do not want to associate yourself with debt? Or are you the kind of person who doesn't mind having debt if that means leveraging it in order to build wealth? So first, I will explain the difference between what I mean by bad debt and good debt. I categorize debt into 2 different categories. So I would say that there's bad debt, and then I would say that there is good debt. And so what I mean by that is, really, bad debt is any debt that has an interest rate higher than the return on investment I could get if I invested my money somewhere else. And I would say good debt is any debt that you are leveraging in order to build wealth elsewhere in your life. So if the interest rate on the debt is higher than what I could get in the stock market, then that is bad debt. So for example, a credit card may have an interest rate of 16, 17, up to, 25%. That interest rate is significantly higher than the interest rate of the stock market. If on average the stock market goes up 10% every year, by leveraging a credit card debt in order to invest my money in the stock market, I'm going to be losing the difference in interest rates between my interest rate on my credit card and the interest rate on the stock market. However, if the interest is lower than what I could get in the stock market or in an index fund, let's say you have a 3% interest rate on your car loan and the stock market is on average going up about 10% every year, that is something I would consider as a good debt, because by borrowing the money for your car, you are leveraging debt so that your money can continue to grow in the stock market. Let's say you had $10,000 and you needed to purchase a car. So you could either invest that money or you could use it to purchase the car outright. So if you were to put that money, $10,000, in a stock market that is making 10% interest, then your money is making you 10%. And then you are borrowing the money for your car and paying a 3% interest rate. Instead of paying your car in full and not paying the 3% interest rate, you're keeping your money in the stock market, and that money is growing at 10%, and you can use that interest, that 10% interest, to pay for the interest of your car loan. So if you make 10% in the stock market and you're paying 3% for your car, that is 7% you are still profiting from. So that's what I mean by good debt. However, I will say that paying off debt is not a one-size-fits-all thing. Like, I don't think it would be okay to tell everybody that they need to pay off their debt in a certain way. Like, I think everything about money and finance is personal. For example, not everybody can handle the pressure of having debt payments every month, whether that's a car payment or a mortgage payment or a credit card payment, and that's okay. Your debt repayment strategy needs to be something that's sustainable for you, and what works for you may not work for somebody else. So I'm going to be explaining the 2 different methods to paying off your debt, so you can ask yourself which one is best for you. So the first one is by amount, and this is what Dave Ramsey talks about, his debt snowball. What you are doing is paying it off from the smallest amount to the largest amount. And the reason that Dave Ramsey talks about this method is because psychologically, when we have little wins, we feel like we can accomplish more. It's going to be quicker to get through your debt if you pay off your smallest one first. Let's say you had 2 car loans and a credit card. Each of the car loans one had $5,000 and one had $10,000, and then your credit card has $7,000. If you were going to pay that off using this method, you would pay it off by the $5,000 car loan, $7,000 credit card debt, and then the $10,000 car loan. Disadvantages of this method method is that it mathematically is not the most efficient method. So for somebody who I wouldn't even say is less disciplined, but is just a more simple thinker, and they're not, honestly, just not as in tune with finances, and they don't want things to be complicated at all, this may be something that is best for that person. The second method is by interest rate. And so that means paying off each of your debts from highest interest rate to lowest interest rate. The benefits of this method is that it is mathematically the most efficient. You are paying off the debts with highest interest rates as fast as you can so that you're not paying the higher interest rate for longer. However, the cons are that psychologically it can be very hard, especially if your largest debt is the one with the highest interest rate. If you have credit card debt of $20,000 and you have a 19% interest rate on it, that is intimidating, and it can be very taxing, even if you are fully attacking your debt, that you are not making progress because it's such a large amount. So yeah, there are two different ways to go about tackling debt. And I will say neither of them is better than the other. It is going to be what is ideal for you. If you want to know personally what I do, I prefer leveraging debt in order to build wealth. So if I have $10,000 in the bank and I need to buy a car, I'm going to be investing my $10,000 and then using the additional interest that I'm making, leveraging the debt that I can take out on a car, leveraging that so that I can build wealth elsewhere. Let me know down in the comments which method you prefer, either the one by amount or by interest rate. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. And thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys next Monday. Bye guys.